Hey members, social media partners, those of you who've made a decision that you just enjoy the ministry of Pastor Jonathan Briggs right here at Truth and Fellowship Global Outreach Ministry, I have a major appeal I want to make. And I know those of you who've ever been in a situation where you know if it had not been for the hand of God, you would not be where you are. I'm talking to you, and then I'm talking to many others, because many times people need to be challenged. Hey, listen, I'm not a political person. I am the pastor, senior pastor of Truth and Fellowship Global Outreach Ministry. Multiple locations. We have one right here in North Charleston, South Carolina, and then we have another one in our Florence, South Carolina area, and that's our Florence campus is what we call it. Well, in our Florence campus, we have an outreach program that's called the Lads Pantry. It's an outreach program where every Thursday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. we distribute food to the community. And so hundreds of families come do every Thursday of each week from 11 to 3, and they pick up food to assist them throughout the month until they're able to get their feet on the ground. Well, listen, been thinking about all that's going on, and you all been hearing more about what's out there in the country, and I'm talking about this government shutdown. Well, this government shutdown is going to affect a lot of people, but most of all, it's going to affect the people in our communities where our churches are, and that is those who are food stamp recipients. These people will be affected, and I believe that if their food stamps are cut off, somebody's going to need to pick up the pace and assist them until all of this stuff shifts. Now, this is not a political meeting. This is all about my assignment as a pastor and as a community pastor to assist those who are in need. That's what God has called me to do. So here's my appeal I'm making to you. On January 15th, we're going to start a food drive, and I want you to be a part of it. Every day starting January 15th, if you are able, or if you desire, or if this message touched your heart, why don't you go by one of the grocery stores or wherever, and if you can just bring in a non-perishable item, it doesn't matter if you can bring in one item or thousands of items. When we put it all together, we are going to meet the needs of those welfare recipients or those food stamp recipients who may be affected by this government shutdown. I'm excited about God putting this in my heart because I'm always looking for God opportunities to extend the hand of God and to show the love of God to people through our natural actions. That's what I call supernatural. We're already in the 2019 year, and we believe here at Truth and Fellowship Global Outreach Ministry, supernatural will take place. This is a part. This is a part. So listen, I'm going to be appealing to a lot of our big box food chains, letting them know we don't want them to give us anything, but if there's any kind of major discounts, if we can buy some things like small couple of pound bags of sugar, rice, dry beans, things of that nature for pennies on the dollar. Our church is already rallying. We're going to be purchasing, we're putting them in our pantry, and those, especially in the Florence area, those who may be affected by this government shutdown, hey, listen, one thing they can say, they won't go hungry. Hey, this is what we're supposed to do. I remember growing up as a little boy, we didn't grow up rich. We did not have everything we needed. But I always remember how my grandmother and my mother, they would take a little and we would do all we could to feed one another and then even someone in the community. Well, that thing stuck with me. Not knowing all that time my grandmother was being an extension of the hand of the Almighty God. Well, it's our time. Listen, you may not be able to go by the store and pick up a small pound bag of sugar or some rice or dry beans or a can of corn or whatever, but you say, hey, I'll give you $10. Thank you so very much. That's gonna mean a lot. All you'd have to do is write your check to Truth and Fellowship Global Outreach Ministry, or TFM, and then put on the 4 line, just put 4 Lads Pantry, 4 community outreach. Hey, listen, we're gonna do right by it. We have government agencies that supports us, and we work in concert with Harvest Hope out of Columbia, South Carolina, and Florence, South Carolina, and they can tell you we are people of integrity when it comes to distributing the food to those who are in need. But that's all I have. I just wanted to make this appeal. So listen, starting January 15th, we have a special vision night with Dr. Augustus Robinson, who's going to be our guest speaker. And we would love to invite you. But when you come that night, not only bring yourself, bring a small bag of rice, bring a small bag of sugar. Hey, it doesn't matter. Stovetop stuffing, cornbread mix, it does not matter. anything that we can use that we can distribute to those who may be affected by the government shutdown when it comes as food stamp recipients. Thank you so very much for hearing my heart. I know you're going to do your part, and I'm looking forward to all of us giving God glory for the testimony that's going to take place. God bless you, and remember, what you make happen for someone else, God definitely makes it happen for you.